my name is Bob and welcome to the homestead, y'all. Well, last week I got an email from Tina at Saker Industries. They make all kinds of tools, but she was specifically asking me if I would do a video and a review on their mini chainsaw. It's a little 20-volt electric chainsaw. So when I got the email, I hopped online, did a quick search, and it looked like it was a decent product. I do that. I get emails quite often on different products, and if I look at them and I don't think that they're a very good product, I just tell them no. I'm not going to waste my time or theirs. But this one looked like a decent little product, so I told her sure, I'd do a review on it, but I'm going to do an honest review. If it's good, I'm going to tell the good. If it's bad, I'm going to tell the bad. And if they were okay with that, then yeah, go ahead and send me the product and I'll do a review on it. So about 30 minutes later, I get an email and she said, yes, that's exactly what we want. We want you to tell the good and the bad. We want you to give an honest review. And I got shipping information. Now this was on Friday. Friday morning, they sent me the shipping confirmation that the package had been shipped. And yesterday, which was Sunday, today is Monday, the package was delivered. It even has Sunday delivery right here on the label. So that's quite impressive. In the world we live in today, since Amazon started Prime delivery with two-day delivery, we live in a world that we want our packages quick. When we order something online, we're excited to get it. We want it as soon as possible. So I have to give Saker kudos for quick shipping. Hopefully that's indicative of their typical shipping. Hopefully it's fast shipping so that people that order their product can get it as quick as possible. So they get a 5 stars on that. But I'll pull you in a little closer. We'll open this box up. You can see I haven't opened it at all. This is the original shipping box. I figured I'd just wait until I made the video before I opened it. So let's open it up and let's see what's inside. All right, let's open this box up. We'll see what's inside of it. Okay. There's a little mini chainsaw. It's like just a small order slip, packing slip. So we'll set that aside. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. Okay, well this is a nice little box. You can see Saker mini chainsaw, mini electric chainsaw. Let's open it up and see what's inside here. Pretty nice packaging. Looks like it comes with a charger. It's also a little screwdriver, a little bottle of chain and bar oil. There's the battery. There's a little bubble wrap package. Very nice. Reminds me of my cordless drills and cordless impact and everything. Battery on them. And here's the little chainsaw. Looks like a wrench. I'm guessing that's for tightening and loosening the bar or the chain. Owner's manual. Okay, before I take this little chainsaw out of the package, I'm going to get some gloves on, because anytime you're around a chainsaw, it's not a toy, it's definitely a tool, so you want to be safe. So let me grab my gloves real quick. Well, my first impressions, it's built pretty well. A little spring-loaded guard to keep the shavings from throwing back on you, plus that if you have any kickback, that way it doesn't kick back on you and you get cut from the top side, so that's a pretty good safety feature. You have a safety feature for your knuckles. You have a little button here you have to push to squeeze the trigger, just like a lot of saws do. Almost every little mini chainsaw has that, and Sawzall, a lot of Sawzalls have that also, where you have to depress it. It's pretty simple for a right-handed person. There's not one on the back side for a left-handed person. I'm not sure whether you can take 2 hands maybe and push that, but if you're left-handed, you could probably take your index finger and then go down. That may be a little bit of an issue for a left-handed person. I'm right-handed, so it's not an issue for me. Let's see how it feels with the battery on it. Pretty good balance. feels pretty good actually. Fits my hand well. I don't have necessarily big hands, but I have probably average hands. So it fits well, plenty of room for your fingers under the guard. Let's pop this battery off real quick and look at a few safety features on it. Looks like it has, it says it's 780 revolutions per minute and guide plate length 240 millimeters. Does have a little warning note on the back, says do not cut wood which is more than 4 inches. Do not overpress the machine when cutting wood. When the machine is not used for a long time, please fully charge it and then store it. That's for the battery. And then there's another caution sticker right here on the side. It says no use by minors. Do not touch the guide plate with any limb. It is forbidden to contact any part of the human body with the chain under working state, otherwise it will be injured. And that's the case with any chainsaw. Of course, you never want to touch a chainsaw because it can do some major damage real quick. So this looks pretty good. Has a wrist strap here. Looks like a pretty thick wrist strap. It may be kind of small, but that's what you want. Doesn't seem like it's long enough to get into the chain. I mean, you still could with your hands. That's something I probably won't use. I don't like a chainsaw being attached to me. I like to be able to get rid of it if I can, if something happens. But overall, first impressions look pretty well. Let's see if it's got any charge on it. I might go ahead and put a little bit of oil on here since this is a brand new chain and bar. I don't want to run it dry and damage it at all. So I'm just going to take their little bottle and see how well it works here. Just put some oil right on the chain. Let it drip down into the bar. Seems like a pretty lightweight oil. I'm guessing it's probably mineral oil. I'd say if I read the manual, it'd probably tell me. But I'm just one of those guys. Generally, I'll check a product out, then I'll take the manual and read it. I do not advise that. You should always read your manuals first and any safety instructions, but let's see if there's any charge on this battery at all. Oh yeah, it's got a charge. I'll take that back off, put some more oil on it now that I've rotated it around a little. And then I'm going to take the battery in and go ahead and plug it up, give it a full charge before we use it any, and see how long it lasts. Now over the next week, I'm going to use this chainsaw. I got more firewood I need to cut for start seasoning for next year. So I'm going to use this for limbing. I've already pruned pretty much all our fruit trees, but there's a few trees around I can go prune and we can test it out. But I'm going to put it through the works over the next week. I'll video it and I'll show you how well it does. But the first thing I want to do is get a good charge on this battery and see how long it lasts. It's a little bit louder than I was expecting, but that's no problem. Chainsaws are loud. We can wear hearing protection if we need to. But let me take this in and charge it. Now this does not have a cradle. It plugs straight into the top of the battery. You can see right there, plugs straight into the top. Some people like to have cradles to put their batteries in. It doesn't matter to me. Actually, plugging straight into the battery makes more sense to me. You have less cost for the company, so therefore they can keep the cost of their product down. And you have less waste in the landfill because eventually the cradle's going to tear up, the saw's going to tear up. Sometime or another it's going to end up in a landfill. So by not having a cradle and just plugging it straight into the battery just makes perfect sense to me. Plus this is a typical charger. So if this charger ever messes up, this is looks like a 0.75 amps, so less than 1 amp at 21 volts. So you might be able to, if the charger tears up, you might be able to find one in some of your other chargers, so that way you don't have to order a special charger for it. So that's kind of nice in my opinion. But since it's a 21 volt DC output with a 0.75 amp, So it's only charging 3/4 of an amp every hour. You might be able to find something that would work if this charger ever did tear up. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a full charge on it, and then we're going to take it through the paces for over the next week or so. Well, our battery's charged. It says that it's a 20 volt, 1.5 amp hour battery. Since this little transformer, or the charger that they send, it's really a transformer, is a 0.75 amp. That tells me that this battery was roughly half charged whenever they shipped it to you. So you always want to make sure you go ahead and get a good full charge. Now this little transformer does have a light on it, which when you first plug it in, it'll be red, and then when the battery's done charging, it'll be green. So it took it right at an hour. I think it was 57 minutes or something to turn green and be a full charge. So now we're at a full charge. Let's go cut some stuff with this thing. Okay, I have my safety glasses on. I've read the manual, all the safety operations. I'm out here. I have a poplar tree here. I need to trim some of these back because they hit me in the head whenever I'm walking. So we're gonna try this poplar first, and then we're gonna go on to some harder wood. So let's see how well this thing works. Well, that went through it like butter. Okay, let's try another branch here. Oh yeah, like it was nothing. Excellent. All right, have a few small branches. Those first ones were about 1 inch in diameter. These are only about 1/2 inch. Being so light, that did jump around a little bit. You just have to be very careful when you're using it, not to get it around your hand or your wrist. But I'm gonna take this branch completely off. Let's see how it does just cutting through several times here. This branch is around 2 inches thick. So, just zips right through it like it was nothing. That's pretty sweet. I like that, nice and light, balanced well. Let's go cut some more stuff. Okay, I'm gonna cut a couple of these oak branches off. Oh, that worked great. One thing I can see, if you want to do a relief cut like on this one, it's kind of awkward because of that guard. You could probably hold that up and do a little relief cut, but that's awful dangerous. It is a little bit awkward to have to do it from that side, but you could come into this other side, do a little relief cut like that, and then come down. That's not too bad. pretty sweet, have to admit. Okay, this is a 2-inch piece of oak. See how well it does. All right, went through it pretty good. Now let's try a 3-inch piece of oak. See how well it goes through this 3-inch piece of oak. Had this little Saker mini chainsaw for about 2 weeks now. It just finally ran dead. I've cut, I know 200 cuts with this thing. I've cut oak, red oak, white oak, poplar, maple, hickory. I've cut all kinds of wood with it, and I am just impressed with this little saw. Like I said, it just finally went dead on me after 2 weeks of using it. I didn't use it every single day. And then last night it was down to 19 degrees and I'd left this out in the barn, so the battery got cold. So I'm sure that affected it some. But this little saw just impresses me. As you saw behind me, I just felled this red oak tree, cutting firewood for next year. And this little saw didn't take it no time to go through there limbing it. It's a lot better than having a big old gas chainsaw in your hand. It's, you know, I'm older now, and that thing wears me out by the end of the day. But this little saw here, it's light. It goes right through the wood, just quick and clean. I haven't really found anything that I don't like about the saw that I haven't already told you. Now, how long will it last? I don't know. But I'm going to keep using this little chainsaw, and I really appreciate Saker sending it to me. Thank you very much. You have a good product here. The only really complaint I had about it, and it doesn't really affect me, is your button on the side here for right-handed people. There's nothing on the left side. Some of you left-handed folks might be able to leave a comment below and let me know how hard that is for you to push that button and use the saw. But other than that, I think it's a great little mini chainsaw. You can't go wrong for the price. Compared to some of the bigger name brands, they're quite a bit more expensive than these. So if you have any questions or comments, if you have one of these little saws, please leave it below. Let me know what you think of this little saw. But for now, I am very impressed with it. I'm going to keep using it. Like I said, you can see I still have quite a few more limbs here I need to limb up, so I'm going to take this thing in, put it on charge. I might even order me an extra battery from Saker, so that way I've got an extra battery in case it does go dead. I was going to charge it this morning because I knew I was going to drop this tree, and I thought, no, I'm going to keep going with it and see how many cuts this thing will make. And like I said, it's made a couple hundred cuts easy this week, and I haven't found any wood that it wouldn't go through. So if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below, and as always, thanks for watching.